Hey guys, Brian Williams, Beeline Construction, coming at you from the Duff Passive House down in Littleton, Colorado. It's a lovely spring day. We're going to be getting up to about 80 degrees today. And this week we're not forecasted for any rain so far, which is a godsend because those in the Front Range have known it's been an incredibly wet spring, which has been throwing a lot of curveballs at us for our construction schedules. So I'll take a couple minutes here. This will be a little bit longer than usual, and I'll update you guys on where we've been at since our last posting. So I'll go ahead and flip. As you can see, our house is pretty in blue. So what we're seeing here, the blue wrap is the SIGA Majvest material that is Passive House compliant. So it's a double permeable membrane, so it does a really good job at keeping the elements out, but it also does a really good job at letting any moisture out of those wall cavities as well, so that we're maintaining a nice dry environment inside the build of the house. Since last update, I think we've got our roof on, so our two main shingled roofs are on. We still have not put the metal roofing on because that'll go on after siding, so that we don't have our crews walking on top and dimpling our nice new metal roof. Coming through here, you can see that we've got our windows all installed, and you can also see that we came through and did all of our over insulation of our window frames. So you can see we've actually doubled up on our Majvest material around our window frames, and that's because we've got 1.5 inch mineral wool insulation around the jambs and the headers of the windows to help insulate that window for Passive House requirements. Also, since the last update, we've got our color coat on our stucco, which is nice around this east side of the house, because now that we've got that parge coating in place to protect the ICF forms, we can start going ahead and building this window well out. A homeowner wants to build a timber window well with some planter boxes, so it's a little bit nicer to look at from the basement area. Coming around to our north wall here, we also passed our inspection on our meter and panel. So Xcel Energy has been notified and will come out and hook up the power supply from the temp meter down to the house. So we'll actually get live juice in our house for building. You can see we've pre-done a little bit of our rain screen material behind. Let me go down and show you a little bit better detail. The siding crews are going to be coming here this morning to continue our rain screen, and I'll show you a little detail on that. So the rain screen material here, what this does is it allows an air cavity to go between your Majvest material, which you guys in the field can think of as a very, very fancy, expensive Tyvek material. But this allows air to go through this channel here. So we used 1x cedar pickets to give us that gap. And at the top and bottom, you can see that we've gone through and we put in our bug screen material, wrapped it underneath at the top and bottom so that no little bugs, ants, wasps, critters can get up in that air gap area that's sealed nice and tight to the house. So that does a couple things for us. Predominantly, that creates a dead air barrier between the sheathing of the house and the siding. So in the hot summer months, whenever the sun is hitting the side of the house and heating that siding up to 100+ degrees, we're going to have an air barrier before our sheathing so that that heat won't transfer into the house. In addition to that, it also gives us an additional detail of rain protection, so if any moisture should make it through our siding, it's going to hit this, drain down through the flashing, and down out through the house. So folks, that's where we're at on our Duff Passive House project. In the coming week here, we should be able to get our siding up. You can see they've got a really good jump start on that on the garage area, and also on this area as well. We'll be doing half board and batten and half lap siding on this house to give it some little breakup, so we're a little bit more architecturally interesting. And as we walk back around the scaffolding here, like I said, you can kind of see our west facing side of the house. It's starting to look more like a house. We've got our windows in and we've got our trim around. It is good to note for those paying attention, these windows on this side of the house are not Passive House compliant. The garage is not in the Passive House envelope. so only the main house is being built to Passive House standards. And that takes us all the way back around to the front of the house again. All right, thanks for your patience today, and we'll come at you with another update as we proceed with the project. Thank you so much. Bye.